Phillips, an experienced competitor, is riding in Kawasaki, Australia. Phillips dreams of taking a world championship, and he knows Hockenheimring is make or break.
Well, you've got to be fast to start. Your life's got to be good. Speed. And you've got to use the modern thinking.
Hockenheim has very, very long straightaway. So you got to have a bike that's stable, and you got to have a bike that's efficient. Well, the flip side of every track is very, very fast. At some point, you got to get things slowed down.
Phillips is riding a Kawasaki ZXR 750, a racing machine built for colossal speed.
That bike was and continues to this day very, very good design, very, very good handling chassis, very neutral. That was one of the high points of motorcycle chassis when that bike was introduced.
As the race gets underway, Phillips burns up the track at a dizzying 180 miles per hour.
You can't tell how fast you're going out. You get past 20 kilometers an hour, and you get like it's all just a blur, like all you want to do is pass the line.
He pushes forward into the leader pack. As he heads into the final lap, Phillips makes a bold move to overtake second place. Revving his engine, he charges, when his bucking bike zigzags out of control. After fighting hard, Phillips loses his grip, just as fellow Australian Malcolm Campbell comes up fast behind. At such tremendous speed, Campbell has no time to hit the brakes, and no choice but to collide head-on. Phillips takes a terrifying tumble, hitting his head multiple times.
When you see an accident like that, you just feel that's really, at that point in time, it's off of the draw.
The double crash looks ominous. The crowd fears the worst.
You wonder what was going to happen to you by the time you finished coming. You were going to eat. And whether you were like I was like at the time was you going to end up in doing as well, which is always a big fear. Like getting there or somebody else's. I was doing the small dive on my back through the air and landing on my elbows and twisting my ankle. I had a screaming as well a couple of years before. And that was hurting me. The head hit the ground a bit too.
What went wrong? Why would an elite superbike like Phillips's Kawasaki suddenly behave like a bucking Bronco? To dissect the disaster, we first have to look at how motorcycles grip the ground.
You have to dig deep into your bag of tricks to try and get the thing to grip. And that's what we run into a lot of problems.
In fact, a motorcycle's traction contact patch, the surface area actually touching the ground, is surprisingly small. Combined, the two tires share an area roughly the size of 2 credit cards. To hit perfect traction, motorcycle engineers carefully calibrate tire treads, air pressure, and rubber density. Normally, back and front wheels work together, rotating at the same speed. But when a wheel loses grip for even a millisecond, traction can go tragically wrong, putting a rider in grave danger.
It's just out of control because of what basically isn't capable of doing what it's doing. And it's hanging there on a thread, waiting for something to go wrong.
The next piece of the crash puzzle, aggressive driving. Coming out of the turn, Phillips pushed his bike before spinning his back wheel. It lost its grip on the road. Without rear traction, the bike spun out, taking Phillips with it.
If you have 80% corner load on your rear tire, you want to have 20% accelerated load on the tire. If you go to 22%, well, you're going to have tire spin. So the job of the rider is to constantly balance that equation.
What happened next forced Rob Phillips to battle his own bike. In motorcycle speak, Phillips's life-threatening zigzag is called getting squirrely.
Es como la
Here's what
international.
happens. As the rear wheel loses traction, the bike starts to skid. The front wheel wants to move forward, but without rear power, the disabled bike slows down. This gives the back wheel a chance to regain traction. Now, as the wheels fight for control, just staying on takes massive strength.
A motorcycle the center of gravity can change immensely just by the rider moving around the bike. The higher the center of gravity, the more likely the thing is to tip faster.
Finally, as he flew off at breakneck speed, Phyllis experienced a notoriously dangerous crash called a high side. A high side pitches a rider up and over a disabled bike's high side, the side furthest from the ground. Once a racer's airborne, he's horrifyingly helpless.
High side crashes are very
There's nothing other than on the other side of me. It was too far gone.
For pros like Phyllis, finding a 440-pound bike in the ultimate fast lane, a high side's their worst nightmare. For engineers, preventing such catastrophes is the ultimate challenge.
The idea is to keep a spinning tire from spinning so that it provides forward grip and better acceleration and reduce lap times. He wants to be able to maintain as much corner grip as possible for the highest corner speed, but he wants to start accelerating as a corner load goes away. So it's a juggling act, and the guy who does the best is the guy who wins.
Few superbike design solutions stir up more controversy than traction control. Traction control uses computerized sensors which monitor and automatically adjust wheel speed. Once illegal in racing, the high-tech helpers only got their superbike seal of approval in July 2006.
I see racing technology as being on the forefront. If we can develop something in a racing venue that makes for a safer and a faster motorcycle, it's a plus for us. It's a plus for everybody that climbs on a motorcycle.
How would traction control have helped Rob Phyllis? The answer's in a computer. Engineers experimented with sensors attached to wheel frames, sending constant speed readings to a mini computer embedded in a bike's body. With traction control, if wheels suddenly start spinning at different speeds, the computer sends a message to the engine to tell the back wheel to match the front.
So high sides typically happen pretty much throttle application. One spins up the rear tire and the rear tire steps up. Traction control allows a slipping rear tire to quit slipping so it gives you drive grip.
In motorcycle racing, people who use on the racetrack minimize hazards. But on the challenging courses, a hidden danger can wreak havoc. As two-time Austrian Superbike champion Andreas Mechlau found out in a life-threatening roadside disaster.
Spun out like a black doll off the course.
Austrian racing superstar Andreas Mechlau began his career as a privateer. Sponsored by top manufacturers like Ducati, Honda, Kawasaki, and Suzuki, factory teams scout for top talent amongst the world's best riders. Sending teams of racers, mechanics, and engineers across the globe, showcasing the latest bike technology and revolutionary designs. For factory teams, winning races is vital for prestige and promotion. For Mechlau and the 99% of racers who rely solely on personal ambition and private funding to stay in the game, each time Mechlau hits the track, he risks more than just a race.
Privateers work a regular 9-to-5 job, and they go home and they work on their motorcycles at night. They pay all their own expenses to get to the races, and they race on their own nickel.
I was not a factory rider. I have many friends and we have good companies. They helped me a long time also when I started my motorcycle career.
March 1997. International superbike teams gather once again at Hockenheimring racetrack. It's the next and final round of an epic 14-round competition. The last chance at the coveted European Pro Superbike Championship. Andy Mechlau's Mechlau's lost to the rival to second place with rider Gregorio Rubio. A Another privateer with a fierce will to win, the up-and-coming racer Gregorio has already taken trophies in his native Spain. But despite rising stardom back home, on the World Superbike stage, he's an unknown opponent. Mastering aggressive passing strategies and fearless speeds, this rookie upstart must contend and accomplish in higher opponent in that loud.
He won't always in the front position.
With only 1 point separating the two riders, Andy Mecklouse counted on his custom-built Ducati 955 to leave Lavia in the dust. At the start of the event, Mecklouse, number 13, definitely cuts through the ranks, an aggressive strategy is paying off. Into lap 2, Mecklouse reaches 7th place. He spots Lavia 2 bikes ahead. Finding a pass, Mecklouse comes out with 3rd corner.
No chance for convoy as well.
In any kind of crash situation, there's a certain amount of energy involved that has to be dissipated. If you haven't dissipated the proper amount of energy and you hit something, that's where the problem's going.
He let out a massive impact with the bales, spun out like a rag doll off the cliff.
They say with crashes, it's not how fast you go when you fall down, it's how fast you go when you stop. So if you have a lot of room to dissipate energy, say a gravel track or just track surface or whatever, chances are you'll come away pretty good. If you're going up fast and come to a sudden stop, say on a barrier or maybe another motorcycle or something, you're going to have problems.
Passing riders signal a dire warning to other riders to proceed with caution. Every second is a countdown to collision. At these intense speeds, stopping was virtually impossible.
Motorcycles, like any other vehicle, once it's like the speed, you have a lot of mass and momentum involved. If you're going at a certain speed, you're going to need a certain distance to stop, period, or story.
Incredibly, to everyone's relief, Mecklouse comes to. Dizzy, disoriented, miraculously alive. But what went wrong? What caused Andy Mecklouse to spin out so violently? The first thing to examine is the crash traces point. Mecklouse trouble started with his front wheel. Championship race, using front-wheel control can be catastrophic. To understand the degree of danger, we first have to look at how motorcycle wheels work. A motorcycle's back wheel gets its power from the engine. Its front wheel gets its power from momentum. It's a design feature with a zero-tolerance regulation.
The current rules, the front wheel is not allowed to be powered. If something was to just come along with it, there's a good chance that they provide a very, very smooth damage.
But in a crash crisis like Andy Mecklouse, using front-wheel power for any reason is a formula for disaster. The racer's ultimate undoing? A hidden hazard, more like on the tracks. So why exactly did Mecklouse spin like a rag doll? Coming out of the turn, hitting oil, his stricken bike came into gravity in a near-lethal accident called a low side. In this type of crash, a bike lays itself down, falling onto the side closest to the ground, and dumping the rider on its low side. Since low sides don't toss riders up and over their bikes, they're generally considered less risky than high sides. On a race
once again, it depends on if you can just slide to a stop. Well, now you've got 370 pounds pushing you into the ground, so that's going to cause a higher rate of abrasion on whatever part of your body's pushing up the ground.
So superbike designers could change wheel engineering, which could this track itself could it stop an oil spill.
And also, alcohol test, power-gen combustion engines have a characteristic.
To grasp the magnitude of the challenge, we only need to look at a motorcycle engine. Lubricating dozens of moving parts, a bike engine constantly circulates oil. Gravity naturally makes this oil cool at the lowest point, dangerously close to the ground. Unfortunately, sealing the entire engine case is a dangerous proposition. An airtight engine would combust before the second lap. The solution? Trap the oil before it hits the course. To do this, motorcycle designers created an engine bucket called a lower fairing, a complement to the bike's upper fairing, also known as the windshield. Lower fairings are designed to catch anything and everything that falls from a racing engine. The result? Infinitely drier, safer tracks.
Track safety in regards to oil on has gotten a lot better. There's rules in place in this country where the lower fairing of the motorcycle has to be completely sealed so that it will contain at least 3 quarts of liquid. That lower fairing should be able to contain all the oil that's in that motorcycle engine.
Luck is a hay bale barrier that can save Danny McLeod. But in a sport where danger is inevitable, improvements like engine fans protect riders from hidden threats and dramatically improve their chances of survival. In these extreme competitions, disaster can come from any direction, including another rider. For one legendary racer, the result was a monster multiplied pileup that nearly took his life. April 1991. World Superbike teams gear up for tough competition at Spain's Programa circuit, a taxing, nearly 2.5-mile track of hilly turns. It's the second round of the World Superbike Championship. Scottish rider Neil Mackenzie's a top-ranked pro with over a decade of racing. Today, feeling the pressure of fanatic fans back home, it's got to be a top finish.
So I had the reputation of being probably the best rider in the UK at the time. So it was a lot. I'm not sure really. You've got to commit 100% every time you ride, every time you race.
At the green light, Mackenzie and his competitors zoom into the first lap, looking for every passing opportunity. Being in top position now would mean the difference between winning and losing.
Everyone's really desperate. But I'm desperate not to fall off. So I'm desperate not to let the opposition get away. So you will do whatever it takes. If you're in a race and you're with someone, you can follow them for a few laps and then have a look at how they're riding and then make a plan to pass them. But on the first lap, you can't let anyone get away. You've really got to go with them.
Tied in a pack of riders, Mackenzie approaches the first corner. Suddenly, another rider slams into him, taking out 5 riders in dizzying succession. In the crash chaos, in a plank roll, Mackenzie's skull is trapped under the wheel of his 360-pound motorcycle. Rescuers free the stricken racer. Mackenzie's rushed to emergency medical treatment, his condition unknown.
I just remember heading for the corner and not making it, and then the lights went out, as it were, and woke up in the medical centre. Symptoms like that, you kind of look back and think, well, it could have been wiped out that day.
The cause of Mackenzie's crash was no mystery. A classic case of one rider's accident taking others down. On these tight tracks, it's a disaster scenario that always threatens, from the first lap to the last.
You've just got to rush in there and see what happens when you get there. I mean, everyone's within millimetres of each other.
Some
And one rider will go down and completely miss the whole pack and everyone will be fine, but first corner, when someone gets hit mid-pack, chances are there's any rider's going to have to take avoidant action, and chances are there's other riders going to fall off as well.
For engineers, unavoidable crashes like Mackenzie's pose a unique challenge. How to increase the odds of surviving one? In racing's early years, many serious injuries came from riders hitting pavement head first. Clearly, helmets failed when riders needed them most.
Helmet technology is like any other kind of technology. The more you learn about it, the better you make your product. And unfortunately, the learning curve with helmets is somebody had to have an accident.
To make helmets safer, engineers had to redesign them from the outside in. Their first challenge, the outer shell. The shell of the helmet must stop the skull from physically cracking open and bouncing back. If a helmet shells too hard, it will actually rebound off the track, hitting the rider's head repeatedly. The answer? Two words: shock absorption.
If you can get a car or a motorcycle or a helmet or any kind of safety gear to absorb energy in a controlled fashion before it gets transmitted to the rider, you're doing the rider a great, great favor.
To make outer helmet shells more shock absorbent, engineers crash tested materials, looking for strength and flexibility. Two powerhouse products which made the grade: Kevlar, the same weavable synthetic used in bulletproof vests, and fiberglass, moldable glass threads used in super strong structures like boat hulls. To get the best of both, designers blended them together along with other materials. The result? Bounce-proof helmets strong enough to shield a human skull hitting pavement at crushing speeds.
The shell takes the impact. It has to maintain its integrity. You don't want something going through it, obviously. It needs to be very abrasive resistant because a lot of times when an accident occurs, the helmet's sliding for a long time on concrete or asphalt.
For engineers, interior helmet design posed a greater challenge. To save racers like Neil Mackenzie from even deadlier damage, they had to protect the brain. At the moment of impact, a helmet's most critical job is to slow down the brain. Why? Gelatinous, fragile, and encased in fluid, the faster and harder a brain hits the side of the skull, the worse the consequences. From concussion to brain damage to lethal hemorrhage. Their ingenious answer: crush zones.
Helmet technologies come leaps and bounds just like motorcycle technology. So here you've got a couple-year-old helmet. You see this foam liner in there, which is designed to absorb energy. It's fairly flat. And it's not particularly thick, but it's very resilient and it does absorb a lot of energy. Jump into a helmet that's current state-of-the-art. Making the sides better, you can see this has got quite a bit more impact resistance and the ability to crumple, dissipate the energy.
In a sport where risk will always rule, crush zones are a life-saving innovation, especially for racers like Neil Mackenzie, caught unexpectedly in the path of destruction.
Certainly wouldn't like to be involved in any action like that without any protection on that way, wouldn't I? You think that could have gone completely in another direction today and I might not be sitting here, and then you think, well, pretty lucky I'm here and can't actually believe I'm here.
When winnings measured in milliseconds, top riders shaved time off every maneuver. But no amount of skill can prevent calamity. His racer Aaron Yates found out the hard way in a gut-wrenching aerial flip that almost cost him his life.
Another thing is just ejection